Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 129 of Moogle Go Around Radio. I'm your host, Chili, as we're going to talk about all the stuff that's happened recently in the world of Fantasy 14, because there has been a lot. Or not, maybe not, no, there's nothing really important happened, except for that 7-hour live stream that we sat up and went crazy for. So yeah, Paul, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm a little worried about next week, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
What's happening next week?
Next week, I have a whole lot of medical reasons where I've got to be in hospital for. So I'm not really looking to that because I'm a very high anxiety person. But other than that, no. As long as it gets sorted and I come clean with not having cancer, then there's the other way around that could be terrible. But other than that,
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Well, I'm hoping everything goes okay, and we all wish you the best, and we love you, Paul. So,
Yeah, big hearts.
big hearts in the chat for Paul. Seriously, I wish you the best and hope everything goes okay. Just remember to spam in Discord anytime you feel stressed that day. We will completely understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my phone and my tablet on me. Got some great games to play on there, and obviously I've got YouTube and stuff, so
Nice.
I should keep that off my mind. Got some new headphones arriving as well, so they're gonna be called my
Yay.
medical headphones. I take with me.
Ah,
So I don't want to take these ones because obviously they're connected to the PC and they are looking very tatty, so
yeah.
get some nice wireless ones and green because I
Nice.
like green. So.
Yay. Yeah, I'm so happy when I invested in some headphones a couple of years ago. I bought. So I used to go through headphones so fast because I wear them like 24 hours a day almost. So it's like
Yeah, so
I wake up in the morning, headphones, okay. 12 hours later, well, bed. Guess I'll charge my headphones. So yeah.
yeah, I've never wear headphones in bed because choking hazard.
Oh no,
I used
I've
to
worn these are wireless, so I've worn these in bed. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
wear
if it's
wired.
wireless, then yeah. Don't wear
Uh,
the wireless to bed, kids and
yeah,
adult kids.
and kids at heart.
Yep,
Uh,
because you can choke yourself.
yeah,
But other than the depressing news,
yeah.
other than that, I got pretty effed last weekend because of the live letter. It threw me out of sorts, and I couldn't even stream because I was so tired and out of it. So
I still can't
that
believe
was
I cleared Heaven on High that night.
yeah, you did. You got to was it floor? Was it
100.
100? Because it was
Yeah,
heaven on high. Yeah.
yeah.
Who was that with, by the way? That was that with
Being at TV. Go
BNAT
check them out.
TV, who is a subscriber as well
Yeah, thank you for
of
that.
recent. Yeah. So
Uh,
thank you.
and to join us for this wonderful live letter information and job changes, we have a content creator that has done a lot of different savages, farms extremes, and is just in general a great content creator, a great person, and a great Final Fantasy 14 player.
And
We
a
have
multiple ultimate legend as well. We can't
yeah,
forget about that.
he is the ultimate legend. It's Mistoso.
Oh, thank you. That was very sweet of you to say. Paul, we are wishing you the best of luck next week. I'm sure everything will go fine. We'll all be thinking about you. We had so much new content to talk about this week. I'm so excited that you guys asked me to join. I can't wait to get into the meat of it and really take a look at all these wonderful details, the demo, the job actions, speculation, all the cool new stuff about the new jobs. It's exciting. It's really it's something to look forward to after a really long drought of content. So
Yeah, it has been a while. Also, before we start this, remember if you are playing Fantasy 14 right now, because I know a lot of people have taken a break, which is fair, you don't want to burn yourself out. Make sure you go get that car because it's only till next month. So, and then you've
Yes.
got the bondage mask after that. So make sure you go get the bondage mask.
yes, bondage mask very important.
Yeah, what you do is you buy a leather outfit, dye that mask from Dragon Quest black, and then you're done. It's a perfect outfit for going out and about and raiding with.
I mean, I would, but unfortunately, Square Enix does not like bunnies, so I can't use it.
Oh, that
so
sucks.
it's like,
Well, I will
'cause I'm
use
gonna
it
be-
in raid for you as a
yes,
Lalafell.
the only race that should be having it, yes. But no, I do wish, hopefully, in the expansion, they're going to make more headpieces for buns, obviously, because I'm going to be a bunny. I'm going to be a bunny boy. No more female, no more tits, even though I do got my boobs. I got my boobs on me, and it's going to be great. But I'm
I'm
hoping...
excited for Bunny Boy. I mean, for me, it's like, and again, it's kind of what you were talking about before, Chili, which is, hey, what are you most excited for? And I'm really excited for healers, and I don't even really play healer like at all. I just started learning Astrologian as like in a serious capacity, and but I have so many friends who are completely overwhelmed and excited and over the moon for a new healer job being released. It's the same thing with Bunny Boy. Like I have so many friends who are really, really enthusiastic and excited about this new race or this new gender that's available for that race that's been so paramount. So many people have the bunny girl. I mean, I even 2 of my 4 alts are bunny girls with huge tits because they're just beautiful and tall and gorgeous and amazing. And I think it lends itself a lot, especially to people who identify with the LGBTQIA plus community. I think there's a lot to be read into from some of the gender play that you can do with the way that some of these characters look. And I think it's one step further to even having more blurred lines between gender definitions. And I think it's fantastic.
I will be interested to see that once they add female Hrothgar, how close it is between male Vera and female Hrothgar that this is the hype levels are. I just want to. It'd be interesting to see the difference.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'd be honest, I'm excited for female Hrothgar just as much as I am male bunnies. So, because technically they exist already. For anyone that's played Final Fantasy X, there are in fact female Ronso / Hrothgar in 10. So the design is already out there. They're like, if I'm rightly, they're like more skinny and taller than the male counterparts. So be interested to see if that transfers over to Final Fantasy 14 when they make them.
So what do you think? So what do you think? Are they going to use like another model? So like, are they going to use the Elzen, but just with hair and different type of face? Because we all know that male Hrothgar are kind of built the same way as male Rose, just obviously different kind of structure, but still.
Fun fact: every model in Fantasy 14 is based off here.
Yeah.
Except for Lalafells. Every one of them is just a resize here. Except for Hrothgar and now Vera and Lalafells, of course. So, be interested to see what they do. It's why I always find it weird that they like, Vera and Hrothgar can't get hats, but Lalafells can get hats, even though Lalafells have a different model than everyone else. Because all the others are basically either here, or stretched out here, or chubby here, or I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, by the way.
What, here?
Yeah. I never know how to say that name.
I think that's probably fine. I think in my head I say here.
Yeah. Okay.
Chubby here.
That's what I like to call myself on the streets, Tibbin.
I mean, I'm still a little bit like pissed off how Mikatets can have hats and they have different types of ears than the regular people. So I don't know how they can just implement the same as that, but I'm guessing bunny ears are more like kind of in the middle of your head. Then obviously the cat ears are kind of to the side a lot more. But I think other than that, I just hope they implement just more hats. And I'll be happy. More hats.
Yeah, I do want more hats and hairstyles. This is the last thing we'll do before we go to it. But yeah, I also want them to change how Hrothgar work, because right now, if you want to change hairstyle, you have to use a Fantasia.
Oh yes, that is absolutely stupid. Hands down,
agree.
stupid. Hands down.
and that's like how it was originally for every race. So I don't want them to have to do that anymore. I'm sorry, but it's wrong. If everyone could change hairstyles, then they should be able to change hairstyles. But that's just me.
Agree.
So, let's start talking about job adjustments because we had a 7-hour live letter where we learned a lot about all the
7
different
hours.
jobs. Yeah.
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start at tanks, DPS, healers? Do we go from down, or do we just go from the ones that we want to see? What do we want to do?
I mean, what would you like to do? I was just going to go down from tanks because tanks on the website are the first thing.
Yeah, it makes it easier. You all know I'll probably start at, like the good old physical range, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm just weird. But yeah, again, thank you to Nova who did this amazing article on their website that has gave us a lot of information we can use.
Yeah, we decided that we saw this website, saw how detailed it is, and I thought this is a
stole it,
great thing
bro.
to use to discuss. So, well, as a guest, are you? Let's guest talk first. Tanks. What are these changes you excited for the most? Which jobs do you like?
So I'm definitely coming at this from some of the interesting nuances of like really high end like raid progression, right? Where every inch of DPS matters. And the most interesting is the Warrior Dark Knight changes where their abilities no longer have, and it's not just tanks. I think they said it was across the board. They're keeping everything either on a 2-minute cooldown or a 60-second cooldown. There's no more 90-second cooldowns. There's no more 3-minute cooldowns where you have to do a lot of math. So
some actions are being changed, which when they say that, I feel like that might just be hollow ground when they say that.
Right. So. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But it's an interesting thing where I think it provided a level of complexity that was interesting to people who like to do that kind of brainstorming and figuring out the most optimal way. Like if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but Shiva E8S had a very interesting discussion because there are a lot of different combinations you could do for coordinating your all of your abilities for DPS abilities. So for those who aren't familiar, when you have our DPS cooldowns like Chain Stratagem, Trick Attack, Battle Litany, and all of these things, they're multiplicative versus additive. So when you use them together, they're even more powerful than if you use them just separately at the same time. So it's definitely beneficial when you're trying to inch out every little, speck of DPS that you're coordinating those cooldowns a lot. And in that regard, Warrior and Dark Knight a lot of times felt out of place because their main cooldowns were like Delirium and what's the Warrior one? Inner Release. Were 90 seconds, right? So you had this weird off timing, and they lined up better with people who had 3-minute cooldowns, and Monk was their best friend because 90 seconds was the what's the Monk one? Brotherhood, yeah. And so, you always had monks going with Warrior and Dark Knight. And so I think it provided a little of interesting combination there, but it also forced Statics to have that conversation where it's I'm the most important person in this static and I want to play Warrior, so everyone has to build around a Warrior. Or I want to be a Dark Knight, everyone has to build around. You know what I mean? So It kind of removes that discussion from the equation. And maybe it makes things a little simpler. Maybe it removes some of that interesting complexity. But I also think it puts everyone on an even playing field. So for me, those are the most interesting changes because they affect both Dark Knight and Warrior from a tank point of view. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd like to hear your thoughts on the dash-in because I know Chris from Work to Game is not actually a fan of it not costing Beast Gauge. For anyone that wants to know that, go check out Work to Game. Just because he likes the fact that it was different than all the other ones by costing gauge. So it'd be interesting to see what anyone else think about that.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting call out, but I also think it makes it makes things a little bit more simple. Like, if we trusted that they were balancing the game around, at least the 4 tanks around the usage of this relative to the mechanics that a warrior would have to encounter, and accounted for that in the overall balancing of warrior, does that happen? I don't know. You don't really know. But as a warrior, it definitely feels bad that you have to use gauge for something that other people are getting for free. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? It's more about like leveling the playing field rather by removing the complexity versus like, okay, you guys can still have this interesting mechanic where you have to make a choice between a gap closer or not, or is this worth a gap closer, And they just remove that and say, okay, well here's it's a little bit more straightforward.
Which I like, because back when I was playing tank in Raid for Shiva, I was a tank. It was so much more easier because I played a bit of warrior, only a little bit, but it was really annoying because of the gauge. Like sometimes, like where I don't have to, when you get knocked back and you can negate that with a gap closer, you get knocked back and you can quickly get there really quickly. But say if I've just used a fail cleave, I don't have enough gauge to use that, and it gets all misaligned. It's annoying. So I actually like that. But 3 charges of it, I don't know about, because I don't know if any others have. Obviously, we don't see from here that the
I think
rest
they
have
all
3
now
charges.
have, probably.
Yeah, they all have 3 charges now. Well,
Because even
previously,
Monk later on also has 3 charges now. So
yeah, Paladin and Dark Knight previously had 2 charges, so I don't know if they're going to up that to 3. And Gunbreaker was 2 as well. So if they give Warrior 3, they'll probably give the other ones 3 as well.
So yeah, I think from a balance point of view, I think that's good. But I do think Upheaval should have been stead on Beast Gauge.
Yeah, well, they didn't remove Upheaval from Beast Gauge, right?
Yeah, they did. It will no longer drain Beast Gauge.
See, I agree with you. I think that provided a level of complexity that let Warrior be a little bit unique and fun from that gauge management, where you knew, okay, 30 seconds have gone by. I'm about to be able to do another upheaval. I need to make sure that I have this gauge, So I actually agree with that. I think, I think that's a little disappointing because I thought that was kind of fun, or it was a gauge management thing that you didn't, was core to Warrior.
Yeah, but now I think it's just for Fel Cleaves now, so I guess they're making it a little bit simpler. Yeah. Even though Warrior was quite simple because they've got loads of really nice changes to keep up their buff. I can't remember which buff it was, but
Storm's Eye.
Yeah. And now they've just kept that up because everything keeps it up. Using, just using an ability keeps it up. So I think, they should have kept Upheaval.
And that's the theme with Square Enix, right? Like you see it very apparently in PvP. Everything has become simpler, straightforward. Essentially, they've lowered the skill ceiling, right? They continue to lower the skill ceiling, and at some point, I think that those changes will become unattractive to more advanced players who really thrive off of that skill ceiling. I mean, I know for me personally, and I don't know if we talked about this the last time I was on the show, but I was very into PvP in Final Fantasy in the first 6 seasons of the Feast, and I always did top 100 in the first 6 seasons, but then they kept lowering the skill ceiling more and more and more and removing complexity from PvP, and it just became unattractive. Like it didn't suit me anymore.
I haven't played it for a while, but I hit silver this season, so I'm happy with that. It's my first time trying.
Nice! Congratulations.
So I haven't played it for like a month and a half, but I hit it hard at the start of the season. And I got to a point where I was just... I was going to use the word trade in wins, but not in the way people are saying, think of it. I kept I was streaming for like 4 hours of PvP. I do like 4 hours of winning, and then the next day I'll do another 4 hours, but it'll be 4 hours of losing. So I would end up being like at the start of where I was, like at the end of the week, and I just get frustrated. I'm like,
It's very easy to get frustrated. Yeah.
I might have
every
I'll start
competitive game.
I'll start at 700 points. End of the night, I'll be at 710 points. It'll have been like 4 hours. I'm like,
10 points. That's still a plus.
I'm like 10 points, and I think I'm done. I participated in the feast. I gave it a shot. I tried. I sucked, ish. But I was a healer feast. So.
I actually can't wait because obviously Feast is going away and they're bringing up this new PvP, this new small scale PvP. So I'm hoping to, because obviously that's the next live letter, live letter that comes out, and obviously me, Chili, going to be up watching it because it's going to be about crafters, gatherers, and we all know that Chili is a crafting mentor and he's probably one of the best crafters up there. So he's also a PvP mentor, so he can teach us the PvP as well.
I hate how this. Okay, I'm going to shout Work to Game here again. I love you, Work to Game. And I feel bad anytime I'm in your chat now. Because Chris thinks that I'm some sort of crafting god. Because I have the Saints of the Firmament title, right? I have that title, so now he thinks I'm a crafting god. And not only that, right? He wants me to be on their podcast to talk about crafting when the crafting changes get announced. Because...
Oh, no.
For anyone who wants to know...
No, you did it by fishing.
I keep telling him I did it by fishing, but no. Because I'm crafter, I'm the best at the game and know everything about crafting. And I also have every mount, supposedly, because when we were doing, like, Doggo Farms, it's like, no, Chili don't need it. He's got Saints of the Firmament. What? Okay. Yes, McCarthy's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah,
I am actually. I'm gonna have to learn crafting by November.
No more raiding. You know, the 2-3 hours blocked for learning.
It's like, I'm sorry, but if anyone has ever watched me crafting on stream, they know I'm like when human found fire for the first time.
Me chili.
You know, I'm okay with some crafts now because I've done them so much, like the cookie crafts, the coffee biscuits. But for anything else, I know that Arvi from She Heals Attack, had Vegan Pete come into the room because she was laughing so much watching me try and do the Dwarf Beast tribes. Because
on 0 gear, by the way, he had like no gear trying to do the beast tribe.
Look, okay, I had level 10 gear, I had a yokai watch and a dream.
And now look at him. And now look at him, he has like 40 mil now, like he's going for
Yeah, I do have 40 million gil. And you know what I did for that? I sold my soul and did Eureka for 5 to 6 hours a day.
But coming back to the tank talks.
Sorry, everyone.
I do think, now just from perspective of looking over all that, I do think Paladin did come out on top of this.
Paladin is the one I'm interested in the most. Because Paladin was actually my main on Ultros. Before I switched to Monk.
It's one of my favorite jobs. I played Paladin throughout the beginning of this expansion with my Ray team, and I had a lot of fun. But looking at what they get a 3-tack combo starting with I know I'm going to say this word because I don't do words.
It's Confitator, right?
Confitator. You got to say it in a really posh accent. Confitator.
Yes.
Will be added, I think, and it does look cool. We all saw it. It looks cool. It looks like that's what a holy paladin of the highest order protecting the Sultan or the Sultana would do. I
agree.
Good. It came out the top here. Gunbreaker gained some quality of life changes, which I already said that was going to happen.
As a controller, that's what we needed.
Yeah. Dark Knight kind of got shafted. Not going to lie. It got some, nice, your Sacrum gains new actions when you acquire new job ability. Rotation is clean and straightforward. The dribbling's recast timer adjusted. But we didn't see, and obviously Salted Earth, because we all know Salted Earth needed help, and now it just plonks on us now. So that's pretty good. But there was no wow factor.
Ha!
Unlike Paladin. Paladin had wow factor.
Ha! It really did. Literally. As KK McLeod said, they want to get WoW rep pallies.
Yes, just get them all. Just get them all the rep pallies. And that is a big... Do you know how many rep paladins in WoW play PvP? They won't like PvP, but come here, they get me DPS, unlike they are in that game, because they actually charge DPS. And Warrior just got some simpler stuff with a new ending ability to their in release.
Mr. Doso,
What does look cool?
was the end move for Holy something, right? If I'm rightly.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now that it does a free combo, I wonder how that works.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I very much agree. I actually boosted the Paladin on my main. I play Paladin on my 2 of my 4 alts, and I just never brought it to my main because I was like, oh, I have them on my alt, and I don't really care. But after the live letter, I was like, oh man, Paladin's cool.
Yeah.
So I boosted it, and I've been leveled it this week, and I'm probably gonna play it tonight when we do some mount farming. Nice. But I agree with you. For me, Dark Knight, I was like, I don't even understand what's different here. Warrior was kind of cool. I like the that finishing combo. Like, what's the game? Monster Hunter, like axe, like barrel flip thing, which was cool.
Yeah,
reminded me of Monster Hunter a lot. And you're right, Gunbreaker, quality of life and stuff like that. Some cool looking abilities, but overall, I agree. Paladin was the winner here.
So there we go. If you had Paladin for your winners on that, please tick it off. We're playing some bingo here. Yeah, to get your tags in.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. So here we go. Yeah. So now we got melee DPS. Now, how many of us play melee DPS? I think most of us. So
I like Monk, but I don't like Monk now. But I liked Monk.
I liked Monk. Then they got rid of Grease Lightning. But then...
Why don't you like Monk?
I liked Grease Lightning. I don't like not having Grease Lightning.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Monk as a the changes to Monk have been nice, but I like I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, so Monk has in my head's always been Dragon Ball Z the job. So I used to love the aura you would have with Grease Lightning. When they got rid of that and they got rid of the timer for it, because in my opinion, Grease Lightning, when it got the form shift button, not that when the form shift came up, but when they switched form shift to like reset your stacks, it became a really easy job to keep the stacks. There was no challenge in it, in my opinion. So to get rid of that was just. By the way, Paul, I know we haven't got to Black Mage yet, but I joked saying when Grease Lightning got removed, they'll remove Eno-chan. Didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
I said, next expansion, maybe they'll remove Eno-chan, and the expansion after that, they'll remove Blood Dragon thingy from Dragoon. And guess what? Dragoon lost its thing from Brightly.
What did it lose?
The
Dragon is now a trait, yeah. It's now a trait.
Yeah. So now
is Enochian a trait?
Yeah, Enochian's a trait now.
Okay, so I think what they're trying to do is make it a lot simpler for people to go into these forms.
Yeah.
So they're making it more fluent to go into your like burst or heavy DPS phase, I think.
Yeah.
What sounds good.
So who here plays any of the DPS?
I currently play Samurai and Ninja currently.
Yeah, I play all of them. I haven't really played new Ninja extensively, but I've fooled around with it enough that I'm familiar with the play style of it now. Post mudras are part of your GCD kind of thing. So I would say I'm very familiar with all 4.
Well, if you want to start then, because I've leveled up all of them. Except for Samurai. Samurai's not finished. Samurai's like 71, I think. I just got finished at 80. But yeah, if you want to, Miss Tosa, if you want to take your time to talk about the jobs that you enjoyed for Melee.
Yeah, sure. Let's start with Samurai. So Samurai is very interesting. I found that I was very frustrated, especially in things like Bozja, where the Jinpu and Shifu effects weren't applied by your AoE combos, and they're fixing that now, which I think is a huge quality of life issue.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited about that, right, Paul?
That'd be so good.
Let's see. I think they're really doubling down on the pure melee DPS. So I'm sure it's still going to be very top damage esque. But as far as like the WoW factor, the like double charges of things, I think it's more. It adds complexity, but it's also kind of lazy. Like I think Samurai in and of itself was already like a balanced thing, right? Like the way it was designed as like a mini game within a mini game. I think it's still pretty complicated. Like I did progression on Eden's Gate, the last one, E9S through E12S. I played Samurai for the first time during fresh progression, and it blew my mind how complicated it really was to optimize. And so I feel very intimate about that, the inner workings of Samurai and eating sens with your thing just so it lines up and you have your Tsubame go correctly. And so I think having 2 charges on those things makes the quality of life easier. You can control when you're doing like your burst with the rest of the group, and it's probably more forgiving. But I also think, part of me is reserved that it's like a lazy way to add just quality of life, but not like rework things or add cool new abilities. Like I feel like Dragoon has cool new stuff. Monk is completely reworked. Ninja has cool new stuff, right? Like I think Samurai was just like, okay, you get the same stuff. It's just quality of life, right? Like, what do you think, Paul?
I would say that, but we did get a new AoE, what is the new Ice AoE. So we can get, obviously, our Ice one up. That new kind of slash ability at the end, like you basically use what you use to basically get your Kenki up, and like with a bit of lightning. So I don't know how that's gonna.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
But obviously, with the now 2 charges, I'm thinking. So what? My Kenki gauge is going to be off the roof because I'm still finding it hard to keep up because my Genshi gauge is reaching 100 so fast that I can use it, and that's what I found hard and annoying. But I think it's still going to be a powerful DPS. It's not. It doesn't have any, obviously, no enchantments or doesn't help anyone else. It's still going to be that pure, greedy, selfish DPS. And I think a lot of people are still going to play it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like hands down, it does look good. Like that big slash ability. I don't know if you. I like the sound of it. Like the actual sound of like the slicing.
Definitely.
It's so nice to hear. But yeah, it does look good. But again, not a winner at the melee category. Definitely not a winner.
I mean, I feel bad because all the ones we're talking about right now, we all know that what the winner of this category is going to be before we even get there. But
true, and that's what I'm going to be playing. So I can't wait for that.
I'm probably going to jump onto Monk again because, as I said before, I disliked Grease Lightning being removed. But I like the look of this new Yin Yang system. So, though, one of the Yin Yang moves did look like Elixir Field. So I'm really hoping they haven't moved Elixir Field behind something called Masterful Blitz. That'd be interesting to see that if that's happened.
I'm hoping not, because having Elixir Field off GCD is so nice. It was so fluent.
So we'll see what happens there.
Wait, so I'm confused. Who is the clear winner of this category? I don't think I'm on the same page.
Reaper.
I'm a dumb bitch. Yeah, you're right.
Reaper is going to be the clear winner for just because
Yeah,
it's the new job.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
You know, if it wasn't for Reaper,
Forgot
it wouldn't
about
be a
that
clear
one.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I scrolled down to remember because I forgot Reaper as well, so don't worry. So
Yeah, I
think-
mean, I think Monk is cool. Like, I love this. I mean, like, yes, the grease lightning management is again the theme here, right? Lowering complexity, lowering the skill ceiling. So I'm disappointed in that. You know, when it happened last, patch cycle or whatever, whenever they removed the grease lightning. But
No, one
I
second.
think the things they're adding are cool.
They change. I remember them changing something about Ninja as well a long time ago, but I can't remember what it was. But
It was the Mudras.
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
Mudras
Okay.
becoming part of the GCD.
okay. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I think I'm really excited about Monk. Dragoon, all the new the stuff looks really cool. Again, they're removing the blood of the dragon is now a trait. So you, again, they made it. Shadowbringers. They made it almost impossible to drop. You just had to remember to press the button. There wasn't even like a timing issue, and now it's like. And it was the same thing for Monk, right? It was like before they removed Grease Lightning, it was like, yeah, here's this button. You can always permanently have it. Just press the button. And, now they're just making it brain dead. So it's fine. It's fine. But Ninja looks really cool, like the added abilities to each of the, actions, Raiton, Doton, Huton. I think that's cool.
It's definitely going to be my second melee DPS I level up other than Reaper. Because, honestly, I love the anime-esque because it just reminds me of Naruto. Obviously, it just reminds me of, Sasuke and all that, like with the lightning. And I'm just like, oh, that actually looks really sick. But I'm pissed
Yeah.
they're getting rid of Shadowfang. They're getting rid of all the dots in this game. And I love dots. I love dots. I love keeping an eye on them. I love keeping them up. That's why I play
Again,
Bard.
skill ceiling, they're like flying everything.
It's like it's not even on that long. Like, I know it was weird because like Shadowfang, its dot is only up for like 20 seconds, but its like recast timer is longer because it is like an off GCD. But it was also nice to have it where you have it in that trick attack because it'll do more damage in the trick attack. But I'm guessing all the new ones are looking good, so it's gonna be hard. And I think they're changing our dash as well for it, aren't they? They're making it less like janky, I think. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like teleports now. It's more
Yeah.
like Dancer, I guess.
Well,
Which
Monk's is
is
also being
nice.
changed as well. Monk's dash is being changed.
Yeah, for where you can rush to an ally as well. I kind of like
Yeah.
that because they kind of have some like I can save myself and greed at the same time. Unless you have high ping, then you can't.
I agree. Very much agree.
I think that's nice because we all know some monks and some DPS, mainly melee, are very greedy.
I mean,
Can I get this last ping? Can I get this in? Can I get this in before I run?
everyone here has played Monk at least once, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps shoulder tackle and doesn't just
No
use it during the burst window for damage?
I absolutely use it all the time.
Yeah.
At all times.
Shoulder tackle is up.
Use it.
Boop.
Yes,
Instantly,
absolutely.
Yes.
It's free damage. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I should say I want you to boop if I'm like, oh, fist of fire. Yeah, watch it. The fire move is like up in a second.
Order of fire.
Okay, now boop. But yeah, shoulder tackle was free damage, so I can understand why they removed it because nobody actually used it for what it was. It was not used as a gap closer, except for at the start of the fight. Apart from that, no. And even then,
Above that, no one else.
I don't think you ever really used shoulder tackle at the start of the fight.
I mean, I might save it. Say if I can't be asked to hit my knockback prevention for a knockback, I'll use it then, just because I'm lazy. Well, not even that I'm lazy; it's that I know I can. If I have like the
And that's
brain
only if
capacity
it's
to do it.
And that's only if it's about the same time when the knockback is going to happen. You're not going to hold it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh look, the knockback's happening. Oh, shoulder tackle's up. That's convenient.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
conveniency. And other than that, you're going to use it like just non-stop. Every time it's off cooldown, you're going to use it. So, but I am obviously with Chili, the yin yang chakra system. That kind of looks cool, but I probably won't play it. And probably until like I don't know when I'm like bored of the other classes I'm playing at the moment.
I'm gonna
It does
be
look good.
healer first, paladin, and then monk probably. So
Ooh, mine's Reaper, Ninja. Well, actually, if I go from all my alts I've got a level, it'll be 2 Reapers and a Bard, and then Ninja on one of them because I really like how Ninja looks. That it actually looks really sick, and then probably a healer, probably Sage because I do like the look of Sage. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
yeah.
But then we have Reaper. Now, I think everyone who was watching the stream when we were reacting to it kind of heard me, Craigasm and, have cleanups and was very wet like a tidal wave run through my room. Because it did look cool. I have to, it looked so cool. Like, its elevation from going to melee to range to melee, again, like how Chili said, I won't say years ago, but many, many, many months ago, he wants it to be just like a red mage. And it does feel like a red mage.
I said when Reaper first got announced, with no knowledge of the Reaper, by the way, I speculate this. I have no knowledge. This is all guesses, okay? Anything I say is a guess. I was like, man, I wonder if Reaper will work like a reverse red mage, where instead of doing a magic combo and going in and dash, you'll stand at the front and then jump back to do magic combo. So, I was close.
You were right. Yeah, you were close, but technically you were right. And it does have some, because they call it enhancements. It does help the party with some sort of AoE, but it also, we saw when they did that obviously when others used an ability, the Reaper was getting something from it. So I don't know if that was their gauge or, some along the line. We didn't see that because they didn't really use that when they were showing off Reaper in the actual, like when Yoshi P went in there and like showed us all some stuff.
If anyone wants to learn more about Reaper, go check out Mr. Happy. He's posted a video where they've translated some of the tooltips. Where they've gone over some of the stuff for it. So go check out Mr. Happy's channel.
Yeah, it looks really good, and apparently it's going to be a very high, like, was it, skill ceiling apparently.
Oh, interesting. Really?
Yeah, I think that's what they said on the stream. That it's going to be kind of like it's going to be very fast and all that. So I was like, okay. So see that was it? It says here the tempo of these actions is quite fast and not necessarily single target focus. But the playstyle is quite different than previous melee DPS classes. So you'll need to be mindful of your resources and managing your gauge accordingly. So that's what I like to see. I like to see some management cooldown,
I don't remember everything from the video because I've only watched it once, but it was something like if you use a move, you get something called Demon's Bell, which then allows you to use a different move, which can then give you a different perk, which lets you use a different ability. But each one, there's multiple different choices. So you gain the Demon's Bell for one of the first moves, and then the second move, there's 4 different choices, like either single target, dot, AoE, or something else. And then based on that choice, you then get another buff that then gives you another set of choices. And then there's another ability which gives you 2 of the final one, which is like your highest potency move. But that's on a higher.
It's like playing Dancer, kind of thing. Like you're adding a combo in of like different. I think that's cool, and I'm gonna love playing it day one because I like to not care about story and level up the new job straight away. So again, I've done that for every expansion, so I'm usually the last one to do story. So I like doing it as a new class. Who doesn't? But I think the big update they did was for the ability Faint.
Yeah.
And no, not just Faint, but Adel as well.
Yes,
Might as well talk of both at the same time because it's
Yeah,
kind of the
but-
same thing.
it's kind of the same thing, and I'm happy because say if you've done E12S and you're in the end phase with all those AoEs and you're a melee, you literally don't do anything to help them.
Mhm.
You know, Fate does not do anything because it's all magical damage. So you're like, by the way, also got the kill this weekend. So yeah,
Nice.
so I was happy.
Carry me, uwoos.
Carry me uwoos. I mean, we was going to be doing more, but unfortunately our raid team, I guess, I don't know, broke up. I don't know what's going on with our NA raid team. Hopefully something will happen. Vegan Pete, if you're there, give us a sign. But yeah, I'm really happy for those changes because now melee can feel like they're not just protecting tanks, but now they can protect everyone. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
agree.
I like that. Okay, so who was the clear winner here for melee? It had to be
Reaper.
Reaper. It had to be Reaper.
Okay,
So-
for me, Monk. but for
Yeah,
technically Reaper.
Yeah. So if you had Reaper on your list, give it a tick. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But have we got any last thoughts on melee?
I'm continuing to hope they stay balanced. That's my thought. I'm just hoping for balance. I think Final Fantasy, a lot of people give it a lot of crap, but I don't really play a lot of other games, but I've heard that the balancing in other MMOs and other genres similar is very difficult to do, and I think the melees are pretty reasonably balanced.
I will say this game is really good when it comes to end game because there might be a meta. There'll always, no matter what game you play, you can be almost as perfect as possible when it comes to balance. There will always be a meta build. It's just how players are. We want to find the easiest possible and best way to do it. So, but at least with 14, that you can basically clear any content with any jobs. You don't have to have specific jobs. You might need a specific build, but anything in those roles will fit. Like
Anything.
except for Blue Mage, but
Except for Blue Mage. But then, Blue Mage is going to die.
it's technically
anyway,
not a
so,
job. But still,
Technically not a job. Soon to be Beastmaster as well in there.
I just love Blue Mage. Okay, and one day I'll do those raids. One day.
One day.
It's very fun. You guys got to do it.
You got yourself a team, Chili.
Yeah. I finally cleared BA recently myself about a month ago now, I think. So I'm happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was told by the Twitch stream that if I didn't clear BA, I had to become a Vera male. So I had to clear BA.
And now, as we're talking about that, you now have another.
Yeah, now I've been friends to become a male bunny again.
Yeah,
I say threatened. It's not really a threat, but you know what I mean.
They really want you to not be a Lullafer. They don't want you to be your true self.
Yeah, that's
which is not a bunny.
It was Squintinia that made me do BA. Which, thank you for that, by the way. You gave me inspiration to it because, fun fact, I'd beaten Eureka on Chaos, Primal, and Aether, but I never stepped into BA. I just completed Eureka and then made a new character to go through Eureka again. So why I'm thinking about leveling up on Crystal so I can do Eureka again.
I can just do it again, Chili, do you want me to just give you my character? I haven't fucking touched it. Do you want to go?
I will happily look. I know that you go on Pipefinder and you see, pay us for your clear of Eureka. I would be happy to go on Pipefinder and go, let me pay you to clear your Eureka.
Let me pay you to let me do your Eureka. Well, I don't mind that. I'll take that one.
I would like to give you US dollars.
Paul, are you talking about the bet? I am talking about the bet that I found out.
Are we allowed to talk about it yet? I don't know.
I don't know. When was their show? To be fair, we talked about it on the
we
stream.
did talk about it on the stream, but we just didn't go over the details. Yes, we are. Okay, good. So yeah, okay. There is a bet with Maelstrom Radio. Go check out twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. Sorry for going off topic again, everyone, but this is Moogle Around. That's all we do. This is the bet. Okay. Party 1, I'm going to go through the entire document. Chili's Gilgamesh character, Chili Roastwinger, will obtain flying in all Stormblood and Endwalker zones, because yes, I don't have flying in Stormblood. By December 31st, 2021, flying will be obtained with no assistance from other individuals. The only twist to that rule is that if I'm leveling with Paul, and we find, if we find one while leveling, I can do it then. But I can't have him fly me around in Stormblood. If we're in the new zones, we're next to one, or we do a quest to level up, that's fine, but I can't be flown around. I have to find them myself. Party 1 completes the accomplishment. Party 2, Flatus from Maelstrom Radio, will Fantasia his primary character, Cypher's Blackfire, to Lalafell, because I that's the one I wanted. For 1 full week. This will be around my birthday, which is the January the 23rd, where I'll turn 35. Oh god, I'm old. And
we're similar birthdays.
Yay! Yeah, you're the 20th, right? I think, or the
22nd.
22nd. Maybe we should do a collab stream to
celebrate. And I will also
celebrate.
be 35, where you're a day. I'm a day older than you.
We should do a collab stream to celebrate our birthday.
Absolutely, I would love to. Except I'm going to be on a cruise.
Oh, lucky.
We can do it afterwards or below.
Or we can just do it from this cruise.
Yeah. I wish I could afford to go to the cruise.
Right, okay, guys, we'll set up a Patreon.
Nah. I would. Nah, I'm good.
Chili needs a vacation from all his Square Enix employee work. So, we've got to send him on a cruise. Let's go.
I do not work for Square Enix. I'm very good at guessing. Anyway, it will be...
Sure.
Wait till you get to the later part, okay? Party 2 Zalafal will be featured in at least 2 Maelstrom Radio Twitch streams. And if we fail it, I have to become a race that Flatus designs. And I have to be it for 1 week. Which I don't know what I'm going to be at this rate. So we'll see.
I love this.
Yep, and then me and Shinta are just going to sit there, sip our cups of tea, and just
I like how so far, every challenge there's been Chili, go do hell.
Hey, look, they didn't try their best to get me to do... What the fuck was that game mode?
Vermilion.
But yeah, Vermilion. They didn't try hard enough, so,
I bet if you make Chili do Lords of Vermilion, it would hit in the first day somehow, even though you can't do that.
It would instantly get done. They would like to see you.
I've never done that. I've never touched that game mode.
I'll say this. I enjoy Lords of Vermilion, but I have issues with the controls. If I was playing on keyboard and mouse, I think it would be fun. But because I'm controller and they haven't designed it properly for controller, it's not fun. So,
what do you mean they haven't designed it properly for controller?
It's very hard because it's like it's an RTS
it's like
game.
An RTS, yeah.
So
you have to do a lot of holding and grabbing.
Yeah, there's a lot of selecting stuff that doesn't really work. They haven't properly done the cursor for it. So it's not fun to try and select minions that are on the battlefield. It's easy on the controller. You'll have to teach me because I've always had trouble. I have to go into mouse mode, Squintinia, just to click things. So I'll have to. Do you have any guides on that? Go check out their YouTube channel, by the way. That's another wonderful content creator that I can't promote enough. They've done a 1.0 storyline recently about Ulda. They've done a Chocobo guide. They do Blue Mage guides. I know some people said, Chili, you should do Blue Mage guides, but no, I'm like, no, just go check out this person's channel.
It's easier.
Yeah. No, anything I will say, but the thing is, anything I will say that will probably be something they've already said. So I'd rather people go show them some love. So anyway, where were we? I'm confused. Ranged.
Where were we?
We were talking about the bet, and then we done the bet.
Yeah, we've done the bet. Well, we haven't done the bet yet. The bet has started. It ends at the end of the month. End of the year, sorry. Not the month. That'd be weird.
That would be weird. How you should do Endwalker that quick? Oh. In first horses, I say. Hey, I'm in the Moons, a new streamer
Oh,
for well, not a new streamer, but a new streamer to our team Whiskers. So yeah, check them
Lovely
out.
to see you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for the follow. Can't see
Okay.
that on stream because we're doing a
Oh.
live show. But to get back on topic, we are now talking about ranged physical DPS.
Ooh, Paul's favorite.
Yes. And now, I love this because, again, Dancer kind of got really good abilities, but I care more about Bard. And
Why?
Why do I care about Bard? Bard, it finally has a lot more supportiness. Because, again, I love support, and it has now a new gauge where for each song you use, it puts up a little song gauge here and there. So it's really nice, and it has like a new applies a party-wide enchantment, and I can't wait for that. But I know a lot of Bard mains have been kind of talking like, can Bards get the buffs themselves, or is it just going to be like
More battle voice? Yeah.
No, you don't get the buff. If I'm
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is not nice.
Poppycock.
Yeah, I think we should get it as well. But it gives me more support to my fellow friends of my raid team or the fellow friends in my party, so I'm happy. And again, Apex Arrow gets a new ability after it, which I'm also happy with because Apex Arrow didn't really do much, but now it's going to have something new that goes after it. Thank you.
I think it's cool.
And obviously, the One Use Mini Aware and Battle Voice have been adjusted to 120 seconds per system worldwide. I just think that's nice. I think that's lovely, and I can't wait to play it. I really can't. It's small changes, and obviously a whole new like party-wide enchantment, other than your all these songs you already have, along with Battle Voice. I love it because it gives me more support. It feels like I'm doing more support than a dancer. So I'm happy. And it does look cool. I was asking for pretty little sound notes and little music notes around me for any skill. So
yes, I agree. I agree with you.
Ticked off boxes for me. It's ticked them off. So, and you know, the outfit looks really nice as well. I have to admit. I don't know if we saw the outfit. I know we saw it on a other. I think it was the trailer, the benchmark trailer. I think that's where we saw it. So it looked pretty cute there. But yeah, no, for me, Bard wins it. But unfortunately, we have to talk about others. So now we have a Machinist. What do we think of Machinist?
Machinist is definitely similar to Samurai for me, where it's like a quality of life issue. The making reassemble a stackable item is like super quality of life because it felt really awkward to play Machinist optimally. Optimally? Is that an English word? I don't even know how to speak the English language. I think to do that correctly, you save reassemble for just the drill. And if the drill timing was different from reassemble and it was based off your skill speed, all this stuff, right? It was very uncomfortable. And now it stacks, you can more accurately or easily leverage reassemble on the drill bit thing. So I think it'll be cool. I also think it looks like there's some more stuff with the queen, so your pet gets a little bit more action. Overall, I think it looks cool. Again, similar to Samurai, you're not getting anything like crazy or impressive or anything like that, but more on the quality of life side, I guess.
You get an ability called a chainsaw. What I think I've already seen memes about it. I've always seen art about it, where it's like, oh, I'm out of bullets, but I still have this, and they're just holding a chainsaw. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, with the reassemble thing, I think is really quality of life. Just because when you reassemble now, you reassemble with a drill, but then drill comes back so much earlier than reassemble. But now you can get 2 reassembles in it. I think that's kind of nice. Definitely for your burst. And Queen's new ability where she now like dashes back then dashes in. Looks cool. And obviously they get a new AoE along with Bard. Bard also does get a new AoE where they fire. Bard fires like a volley of arrows in front of them, and Machinist just gets, a 12-gauge shotgun.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's kind of like weird, like Bard's like England and Machinist is America. Britain is Robin Hood and Machinist is just the army. It's like, okay, Machinist is Terminator, the Bard is Robin Hood. That's it's what more can you say? And you just have Dancer just dancing off in the background, But Dancer, I felt, has got the samurai treatment because they now have an AoE skill where they do their dances to now do a second dance straight after it. Again,
And it looks cool.
It looks cool. I like the blue. The blue's really nice. Like you go from the bright kind of orangey reds to blue. I think that's kind of nice. But they did get a bunch of cool AoEs and I think single target. Can't remember. I know that's like one with like a phoenix. I thought that was pretty cool. Or some sort of bird. I think it's called a phoenix. Was it called a phoenix? It looked like a phoenix.
Sure.
But it was like really cool night. Like obviously it's
I guess it was a phoenix. It sounded like a phoenix.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if it was a peacock because you had a lot of like peacock feathers. It's like that's what you're mainly looking at. But can't be choosy, can we? Can't really be choosy. But it does look nice, I have to admit. And do you think they're going to change Olivant?
No, I think they're modeling other dashes around it.
Yeah, I think everyone else is going to be more like it than it will be changed.
So who's the winner? Who do we think the winner is?
I'm going to have to say Dancer because they got a lot more.
I kind of want to say Bard because you're finally getting your support stuff back.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say Bard.
That's true. Yeah, I think obviously my heart was always Bard. So, but yeah, I think this is kind of put us though where Bard is now the top-notch support character, and now Dancer is the in-between of DPS and Machinist.
See, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna change that. I think they're still gonna keep the Bard in between the Dancer. Like I think Dance Partner's still going to top that, but I think Bard is definitely a lot more RDPS than it was prior.
Yeah,
but still nowhere near RDPS as Dancer. I think because I think they've definitely done a strong service in that balancing game. Right, you have your Machinist that's like no RDPS. Bard, some RDPS, Dancer, like mega RDPS. And they're somewhat balanced. And I think if I understand the meta, I think right now, currently, Dancer is still number 1 for speed kills.
Yep, speed kills and prog, actually, because of the damage it gives to, like, say, the Samurai, if you do have a Samurai in the party. Like, just the utility of the Dance Partner is just way beyond Bard right now. Bard cannot keep up.
The interesting thing, the thing I really like about that, though, is that for prog, it's not always the case because it depends on the performance of your partner, right? So if your dance partner dies a lot or is inconsistent with mechanics or whatever, you're actually better off doing something like a Bard or a Machinist. And when Dancer first came out, I was a Dancer for progression on the Titan tier, so I guess that was the first one, Eden's Gate? Verse Gate, whatever, the Titan one.
Yeah, the Titan one. So
and with Leviathan, and I had to switch from Dancer to Bard because we just didn't have enough RDPS, or my party wasn't providing enough RDPS value out of the Dancer, which was interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. But again, I do like the Bard because it has the AoE help.
Yes, agree.
Everyone gets the buff, not just one person. Yeah, they do have technical step. Yeah, but that how long is that? I think it's like 120. Can't remember what it was. I haven't actually looked. But it was like that, like every 2 minutes. Where Bard, you had a song on every single time, which gave someone something. What could it be? Direct hit, crit, or just a pure damage up by 1%. that was every 30, and it was constantly on. And obviously with battle voice, Bard's definitely going to win, and that's why I'm going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Praise Bard.
I will say though, in 7.0, I'm expecting another physical range DPS.
You think so? Isn't it? But
yeah.
isn't it up for ranged and then caster?
No, I feel like it's going to be. It's going to be a physical range DPS and a physical dex DPS. That kind of has all the. Everyone has two then, almost. Except for magical, which I don't know how they're going to split those apart now that they've made Summoner not a dot-based job. Which we'll bring up later.
No way, it's the next one, so.
Yeah. So. That's just me. I feel like we're going to get another physical ranged, possibly. That way we'll have Bard and Dancer will become the physical range support, and Machinist and whatever this new job will be physical range selfish. With some... Yeah, I mean, like, with a little bit of support.
Yeah. I don't know what that could be, though. Like, honestly, like, thinking about the range, I kind of just got everything kind of rangey, other than, like, I would say like Cannoneer or some shit like that, where it's like just a giant cannon.
I mean, people wanted, I guess that'd be a support like an Alchemist. But that would be support as well.
That would be a support healer. Like
I really wanted Alchemist.
I did as well. Chemist sounded so good.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to go to Magical Range DPS. Again, I'm going to clarify this out. There was Black Mage, which... we'll talk about in a second. Red Mage. And then there was the Summoner changes, which got announced, which everyone got shocked about. Unless you've listened to Moogle go around.
Yeah, you talked about that already. You already knew what was happening with that one.
I joked. I said, because... Okay, I'll give a clarification of how I got to this guess. There was an interview a while back where... I think it was Mr. Happy covered this. Mr. Happy didn't cover the interview, but there was an interview that Mr. Happy covered on his channel, where they talked about that they scrapped the Eggy Glamour changes because there's a big change coming to Summoner in Endwalker. So I said, in my theory, maybe we're going to be losing the Eggies, but instead we're going to have a rotation of Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan elemental spells. Now, I was pretty close with that guess, because now we summon Garuda, Titan, and Ifrit, like the full thing, they do an attack, and then we do spells based on Garuda, Titan, and Ifrit.
It's so cool.
It is.
It is. It does look really cool.
I will laugh at all the people that told me off saying that they can't do that because then it would be too much like Black Mage. I'm like, look, then everyone's like, wow, this is so cool. I'm like, where were all the people when I suggested that hated me because I suggested that?
LOL, get wrecked.
Yeah. But no, anyway, that's my brag. I'm sorry. That was a complete guess. I had
No, that's
idea.
awesome.
So yeah, Summoner changes. I like Summoner, and it's interesting to see how they'll play with no dots at all. Like, well, there might be one. I say no dots. I feel like the Garuda looked like Ninja's Doton, I think it's called, the one where you put the earth one.
Yep.
So maybe that will be a dot over time while it's on the floor. Like, not an actual applied dot, but like...
Yeah, basically what they have now, because the Garuda does have that now, where it's like an AoE and it just like stays there swirling around for a while, and that is a dot on the ground. So yeah, I think that would be good. That'd be like a new kind of like dot-ish area.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for Summoner. I play Black Mage as well, so I'm excited to see the Black Mage changes. I'm a level 80 Black Mage and I have fun with that. I'm not good at it, but I have fun with it. I'm kind of disappointed with the Eno-chan changes, because I feel personally that it's not that hard to keep it up. And I was a scrub that didn't even know what Astral Heart did until recently. So
that's funny.
I'm like, I kept using the low level move to swap it round to keep the stats up.
Freeze. Or something.
The transpose.
Yeah,
And then
okay,
I've had
transfer.
and then I heard about what Astral Heart did, where it gives you stacks of ice and keeps the ice up. I'm like, this button's godlike. Why did I not know it existed? When I read the tooltip, it sounded really stupid because I thought it had to be in battle. You know,
Yeah,
I
and that's
thought
what a lot of people got. I was like, okay.
if it's in battle, it's pointless. But the fact that I can use it while moving from battle to battle in dungeon pools means it makes it really easy to just keep. Like, it wasn't useless because you use it in battle, but like in raids and stuff, it's good. But when it, like, I never thought of it in dungeons because I thought, well, I can't use it between pools, and if I'm in pools, I might as well use the spells. So I'm excited with those changes with Black Mage, and the Fire Ice spell looks interesting. I know they also made them.
Yeah, Fire Ice looks cool.
Yeah, do you want to say anything? Sorry.
No, the Fire Ice thing looks really cool. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. I do find it funny that they said they're having issues with the naming of the spells in Endwalker because there's a traditional set of names that they have to use in Japan for Black Mage spells in Final Fantasy. So they're gonna have to because it's fire, firer, Fireager, Fire Jar. So that's the 4 fire spells already. And we're getting Fire 5, aren't we? I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a new name. So, which is interesting. Also, Fire and Blizzard 2 will have one more step. So, I don't like that as a controller user. Also, does that mean Blizzard 2 will actually be used? Because
I guess so.
I don't know anyone who's used Blizzard 2 except for maybe Satasha. Because I think you had it
No,
there,
I don't
right?
think. Yeah, I don't think I ever used it, but
Yeah.
possibly now that it's getting changed, then yeah.
I'm hoping they change it so it's not what's great, because right now the issue is it's a self AoE, like Art of War. So I hope it becomes a targetable AoE because I don't like the idea of it's counterintuitive every spell that Black Mage has. And yeah, we didn't learn anything about Black Mage's Derp Cap, so I really hope that's a real thing. I'm gonna be really sad if we don't get Derp Cap.
I agree.
Because it's in the artwork. Why? Remember, everything we're talking about today, by the way, they did say there's a load of more stuff that they haven't talked about yet, which is crazy. So expect a load of more stuff. And also remember that all this is subject to change. No matter what we talk about now, things can be changed, like potencies or times and everything like that can be changed before Endwalker is released.
Obviously, they haven't gave us the pure potencies of any of these moves yet. That'll be obviously coming up when we get the patch notes.
There's some potencies going around where people have translated the tooltips.
Yeah, but that's translated, so
Yeah.
that could that could change at any point.
Yeah.
But to get the standalone weapons, you're just waiting for the 19th where it goes down and then they release the patch note.
Don't ever expect potencies before the 19th, just because they know how the community will react if there's a potency. Like if they could have announced, they probably could have announced this now. Like they could have happily announced it now because there'll be changes, but chances are they won't be huge. Like a potency might be 250 now, and then in the expansion it might be 260 or might even be 230 depending on what they need. They'll have a rough estimate of what they want. It'll just be up and down based on. But if they announce the like Monk now has a potency. Like I remember I think it was Stormblood. People went crazy because was it Elixirfield? Elixirfield had this.
I think it was Elixirfield. Yeah, had
the same potency of Deathlare. So everyone's like, "Oh my god, Monk's OP!" And then the actual expansion came out, and it wasn't Deathlare. It was still high potency, but it wasn't Deathlare.
It wasn't definitely.
Yeah, I think people definitely overreact to a lot of these things,
Yeah. So if they give a low number, people will be like, "Oh my god, my job sucks. It's dead. Monk's dead. Samurai's dead. Red Mage is dead."
Well, we're all gonna have low numbers, so get used to it. We're all gonna have low numbers.
Yeah. Well, no, lower potencies more than actually seeing the numbers. They'll be like, "Oh my god, my job's dead." So people like to overreact, which remember when they used to have like the crafting stuff in the patch notes, but they had to remove that because everyone would like panic buy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was smart of them to remove
Yeah.
because it was, kind of just silly.
So
People are always gonna like predict market stuff, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about Red Mage. Red Mage got some really nice little kind of adjustments. Obviously, their weapon skills have been adjusted as well with black and white mana. They got a new AoE rotation, or a new available rotation, and a defensive wide enchantment. So basically, defensive will be called Magic Barrier. Again, I thought that was cool. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool when they got some new kind of abilities as we saw. I do like that big laser that they have at the end. So yeah.
it's really cool looking. Super, super cool looking. I've always been enamored by Red Mage. I think it's very, very cool, slick. The animations are fantastic. I just don't know how to play it. To me, it's like my friend Lance is very into Red Mage and says it's the easiest of the three. But I just never took the time to learn it. So for my like smooth brain, I don't get it how it plays.
Yeah. But again, you haven't got long, have you? You've only got like a couple of minutes to stay. So,
Yeah, correct.
But I do want to go down to quickly healing because I know you have been.
We've said
playing
that
some healing.
we will save it for next episode, probably.
Yeah, we can do it next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll save that. We've got till November to cover this, so
Okay.
yeah. Although we do have Callie. Well, spoilers. We do have the wonderful Callie, and the rest of the Warriors of Lust on our next episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how that episode goes. I'm expecting
I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
lots of kink. If you want lots of kink, this will be your episode. Lots of
Nothing
thirst
wrong
and
with
kink.
kink, baby.
No, nothing wrong. Never kink shame. It'll always be open. Seriously. Yeah, never
Very much
blame
agree.
never blames for someone for what they enjoy. As long as they're not harming you, there's no issue with it, in my opinion.
100% correct.
You know, everyone is different. Everyone should be loved for what they are. Be open. Be who you are. Be yourself always. That's my view.
Oh, we got some motivational encouragement at the end of this wonderful episode.
Well, thank you. Thank you for calling it wonderful. Seriously, as we start
It is
wrapping
good.
up, thank you so much for joining us. It's always lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I admit I'm a perv in one episode.
Out of context is great.
Oh god, so funny, but true and awesome.
I was like, nothing wrong with being a perv. I'm like, God, that got clipped. But seriously,
Instantly clipped.
thank you so much for joining us, Mr. So I know we've got loads of more stuff to talk about, so we'll probably talk about it next episode. Of course, we'd love to have you on again in the future, if you can, if we can ever like tempt you back on. So thank you so much.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here. You can always send me an invite. I would be honored.
Thank you.
Woo!
Do you want to do some plugs before you have to leave?
Sure. So
I'm
you can
talking
find
like
me...
shout outs.
Oh, sure. Wait, so can I plug myself?
Yeah, you can plug yourself.
I just
Okay.
wanted to clear the kink part and plug-in. That's the only reason why I said that.
Well, I did buy a new set of butt plugs the other day, so
sweet.
there is that. But on a more relevant note, I guess
Okay.
we'll call it. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, everything at Mistoso, Meastoso, at Miastoso. It looks Miastoso, and that's how it's spelled, and I just pronounce it Mistoso. And you can find me everywhere, all social media platforms. My Instagram is a little bit more PG-13, so if it's not your thing, although now we've discussed some kink stuff, maybe it is. And I also co-host a YouTube gamer, spelled Gaymer, gamer show, with my friend Victor, and we just kind of do playthroughs of games, mostly console games, and have a good time. And you can find us at Big Gay Let's Play, youtube.com/Big Gay Let's Play. And it's 2 bears, and we just play video games. So, and again, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
It's amazing
I
to have
just
you on
realised-
once again.
Just realised it's been 3 months since your last. I know you said we're back, and then there's been no more.
Oh yeah, on YouTube. Yeah. We took a break with COVID because we couldn't really film anything, and then we filmed a whole bunch of stuff, and then I've been very relaxed on my editing, so I have a lot of editing. The editing room floor is very large and busy and has some stuff in it, so I just got to find some time and motivation to get through some of the editing, and we should have an episode out within a week. Actually, we've been finalizing the episode. I'm really excited about it.
Well, please go hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so you can see when the next episode goes live. Also,
Thank you, guys.
Also, I really like the artwork.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a friend do a lot of the artwork. Very talented.
Okay.
I had the parrot on the arm, the tattoo. So good. I like that.
Okay, Paul, have you got anything to say before?
I'm going to say thank you to everyone with the great wishes of my health, and to see if I can get through this. Hopefully I can, because I want to play Endwalker. So there's that, and to come back and see you lovely faces. But yeah, you can find me over on Moogle Around, obviously, because you're watching it now. I'm here every weekend. Congratulations to Charday for winning the emote. But yeah. Oh, you can find me on Twitter at PaulMetal1, where I tweet a bunch of random shit. Because that's what I like to do. Also, big shout out to Miss Soto for coming on. I'm really happy that you came back on and had a lovely conversation with you about everything that happened. So it was awesome.
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
And yeah, again, Chili, thank you for the kind words as well. And I love all you guys. I love you, Chili. You're a great co-host, and I wouldn't be here without you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. He's halfway out the door. He's gone. Go.
Seriously, no, I went to go get my phone. I realised that I was got to log in to get the code. Thank you so much. Seriously, I'm lucky to have you as a wonderful co-host, and I'm hoping everything goes okay. And Miss Doso, as always, you're always welcome on the show. You are a wonderful Twitch streamer. You're a great YouTuber, and you're just a lovely person overall. So thank you so much for joining us as always.
Oh, shucks. Thank you, Chili. I appreciate it.
And as I said, if you ever come in England, we're going to go out for eat. I'm going to take you out for a meal.
Wonderful. I cannot wait to hold you to that.
Yes. Anyway, I would like to say I can't talk about much right now because of embargoes, but I tweeted out recently that I will be part of the media tour. I can't say anything more than that. That's literally all I can say. My arms behind my back. I'll actually be covering it for PlayStation Universe, not Moogle Go Round. So go check out psu.com for all the information about the media tour. But don't worry, I will probably post a lot of it on Moogle Go Round, and I will have coverage here also. Because it makes sense, I'm talking about Fantasy 14, so whenever I can talk about it, I will talk about it. What I can talk about, I will talk about. But again, all under embargo until then. I can't talk about anything else. All I can say is I will be there. So thank you to the wonderful community for allowing me to be there. Seriously, it means a lot.
Woo!
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yay! And also exhausting! Yay! So seriously,
Exhausting.
It'd be fun, exhausting. So I want to shout out to, as I said, our guests. You can find me on MJ_Chili. And thank you so much. See you all later. We'll be back in 2 weeks with The Warriors Are Lost in Cali. Go check out their podcast because I think the pilot will go out at the same time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.